Hello, Josh here. Just documenting what I'm sending off to be graded. And we'll show off a little bit of cartage here. So we'll start, we've got Ned Garver. And I'll do just a brief view of the card, surface of it. Dan Kravitz. All these are centered relatively well. Hal Woodishik. Corners are not perfect on this one, but they're really nice. But I don't have one in my set, so I'll go ahead and get it graded. Even if it's a 6 or something, I don't know. That one's not perfect. But otherwise, this card is really nice. Some of these I'm hoping just to get a 5 or 6, so that it basically pays for the grading and it puts another card onto the market for somebody to enjoy. Bob Hale. I may pull that one, we'll see. Al Griggs. You're going to see like a lot of kind of scratches in this case. If you look at the card itself, those aren't there. It's just I pulled the protective coating off of these cases because it got on my nerves, the noise it made. Sam Esposito. It's a clean one. Maybe that'll come back a 6 or 7 or something. I don't know how the grading works perfectly. This Joe J. Maybe not perfect. It's got one corner with a little something. Again, all that stuff there is from the card container. And they get scratched so easily. I'm going to leave the protective coating on. As you can see, the finish is really nice. The surface is pretty good. Gary Geiger. Bottom corners have got just a touch of something. Very trivial. You can't actually see it too good with the naked eye. Hector Lopez. Maybe just one tiny piece in the corner there, maybe. I don't have one of those in my set, so I'm going to send it anyways. Bob Keegan. Maury Martin. Good centering. George Bamberger. There's a little piece of the plastic. Or a little piece of tape, actually. Let me try to zoom in a little on these. So you can see there's a little bit of wear around the edge there. They're not like, you know, rounded or anything. Ed Boucher, or Bucci, Bobby Boucher. I may pull this one out. Yeah, let's pull this one out. That was a little too rough. Ernie Broglio. I don't want to send it if it's going to be a 5 or a 4. I mean, these may be a 5 or 4 as is, but at least from my perception, having never graded anything, they look like they would be at least 6. Because, I mean, heck, there's nothing on it in the corners on a lot of these, and they're centered. And the surface looks good. I mean, other than the container scratches and stuff. Walt Craddock. was a little funky down there. We'll see how it comes out. Keegan. Yeah, that one's got a little fuzziness. Mickey Mantle. That was really nice. Salahimas. Alright, that's really clean. Centering and everything. Wally Moon. So maybe a little something right there. Man, the presentation on that one's nice too. All the centering and everything. Ed Bailey. Like 2 out of 4 corners on it. Rodolfo Arias. That's a pretty clean card, nicely centered. Ray Webster. Dick Donovan. I mean, that one's got maybe just one little tiny... I mean, it's not even... maybe nothing. Don Gross. Gary Blaylock. Tom Brewer. I've got one of these for my set now, but the corners look so good and the centering looks so good. And this might come back a 8.5 or something, you know. I have no idea. I was looking on the back and it looks pretty centered and decent there. I mean, there's maybe a touch more room on the bottom, but that's got to be an 8. I don't know. Tom Morgan. Corner's just beautiful on it. That might even be dust or dirt. Good colors. Maybe that'll be a 6 or 7. Bob Lillis. Oh, that's a beautiful card. Centered very nicely. Corners are great. Back is beautiful. I mean, it may have a slight slant, maybe. Yeah, it looks like here it gets just a little larger there. But I mean, that would probably keep it from being a 9, but maybe it'll still get a 7 or 8. I don't know. Don't know enough about it. But zoom out. Boom. So all in all, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 28 cards. This might be a bad decision because that's $600 in grading fees, and some of them will probably come out to be worth less than what it costs to grade them. But if I get even just 1 or 2, like if this Salahimas comes back an 8 and this Wally Moon comes back a 7 or 8, and I can add it to my set. I don't have Ed Bailey in my set. I don't have Hal Woodishick in my set, or Dan Kravitz, or Ned Garver. There's at least 15 of the 28 that I don't have in my set. So it's worth it to me to risk it and maybe get a possible couple of 8s. If I could get a 9, then it would definitely be worth it. All right, thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to ship these out tomorrow. And let's see what happens. I'll do the reveal as soon as they come back in. I'm sending it to a service, I believe it's called Got Baseball Cards or something like that, in Loganville, Georgia. And for $2, they'll look at it and see, is it worth grading or no? And if it's not, like if it's going to be like a 6 or below or something, I'll have them let me know if they identify any issues. And we can pull those out. And if we pull those out, that saves me the $18 of grading. So $16 savings if I pay them $2. So it's a service that seems well worth it for somebody who's new, because it's only 50 something bucks, and all it takes is 3 of these not being sent, and it pays for itself. So yeah, I'm gonna send it down there, and they said it could be 45 to 90 days, basically, 1.5 to 3 months. That's the one I'm really hoping comes back. If it came back an 8, that would be amazing. But even if it came back a 7, that would still be awesome. But I may not be that lucky. We'll see. I mean, there's probably luck that has nothing to do with it. But when you don't know what you're doing, you just go off of the best information you have, which is, hey, it's centered. The corners look good. The colors pop. You know, what else could you ask for? They get the microscope on it, they might see somebody, cut it or modified it in some way. I checked a lot of these side by side, and they looked to be identical dimensions. So the unfortunate part is these holders are just a little too big. So there's a tiny space, or I could use the holder as a guide, but they all have just a little slop in them, because the holders are made, I think, for like Pokemon cards or something, probably more so than baseball cards, or designed around that. All right, wish me luck. Thanks for tuning in. 28 cards are going to PSA. At least 15 or 20 of them I need in my set, which I'm eager to show you folks once I get the opportunity. But we'll probably do that this weekend or next week. Thanks for tuning in, and wish me luck. See ya.